Hello, I'm Jada Andrews.
And I'm Kyla Williams.
And this is Certified Yappers. Today we're going to be talking about high school relationships.
In today's episode, we'll be discussing how to not get bored of the person you're in a relationship with, how to set boundaries, and more. And our first question is how not to get bored of the relationship. Me personally, I don't understand how you get bored of the person you're with.
I feel like if you're bored of the person, then maybe you just don't like them anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's worse for you to not like them, but stay in the relationship, and then you just slowly pull away from them.
So leading them on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay to I wouldn't want to say get bored because I feel like that's disrespectful to say. I feel like you just realize they're not for you. You outgrew them a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that, like you said. It's just respect and not making it so publicly known.
That you just, I got bored of them. That's not okay. Because at our age, our world changes. Our emotions are so volatile. And I'm not saying that, you can't grow up to, marry the person that you dated in high school. But a lot of times, high school sweethearts,
it's rare.
It's very rare.
It's rare, for sure.
So if you, just don't like them anymore, you don't have, those romantic feelings toward them anymore, there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. What you should feel guilty about is if you don't like them, but you're still with them.
You're just using them.
Exactly. You're using them for
your benefit.
And that's not okay. That's not fair at all.
That's just very, very inconsiderate. For our next question, we were asked, how do you keep that relationship strong?
I feel like it's more of just knowing each other's love languages and how that person, how you communicate, basically just love languages. Because I'm the type of person that loves attention. So I give a lot of personal attention. I enjoy quality time, things like that. But you could be with someone who loves words of affirmation. And if you're not giving them that, then they just might not feel as fulfilled in the relationship. So I think it's understanding how to love them in the proper way.
I agree. It's with relationships, I feel like the biggest thing that I've realized that works is communication. We're both on the same page. If you don't like something or you feel like something was done wrong, addressing it in a way to where y'all both it leads to a discussion to change and not just it leads to an argument. Because I feel like when it leads to an argument, nothing's going to get changed and you're both left dissatisfied and both left.
And our next question is, how do you keep the spark alive? If you feel like a spark is dying, then you could try to fix it and, talk to them about it. Be here's how I've been feeling recently. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I just wanted to put it out there. Maybe we could try and fix this out, figure this out, work it out, solve it. But at the same time, if it's dead, then maybe they're just not for you.
And there's I feel like knowing when to leave is also very difficult for people this age, because when we're with social media, fix it. You can always fix something if it's but sometimes you just have to walk away because it can be fixed, but maybe when it's fixed you realize they're not the person you think they were. You weren't the person you thought you were. And in relationships, with time, you grow. So in relationships, you grow. It's you can't just stay. You're not going to be in the honeymoon stage the whole relationship.
Exactly.
That's so unrealistic. And I feel with social media nowadays, everybody, all they do is show the ups of their relationship.
And not the downs.
And I feel that's just very unrealistic for some people. And especially creators, it's I feel like they would not... It's okay to show that the relationship isn't okay. Not that it's in shambles, but to show that there are rough spots. Because in a relationship, you're not always going to agree. And if you always agree, I'm worried.
Because I feel if you're always agreeing with someone, then you're not really being honest. Because I said, you're not dating yourself. So they're not not everyone thinks the exact same. You might have things in common, but you're not always going to agree. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. It's just
two different perspectives.
Exactly. And I think that taking that other perspective into consideration is how you grow together and not grow just as a person independently. Because when you're in a relationship, you want to grow as people, but also you want the relationship to grow as well.
As one.
Exactly. So you don't only want it to be like ups, because then it's not really like,
it's not realistic. It's fake.
It's fake.
And I feel like the less you're honest with each other in a relationship, the more you're just trying to please each other. You're not really. I feel like if you're like people pleasers, like there's nothing wrong with that, but you can't please your partner in every single situation. There's like, and if you do, that's gonna like, I feel like that's gonna make your partner more disinterested than interested, because it's like in a relationship, I'm not saying it should be like hard, but it should be like they should challenge you to be better, do new things, just challenge you in a healthy way.
That's true.
So that you can grow as one.
Because if you're pleasing them all the time, then it's like you're not moving forward.
Exactly.
You're never gonna move forward, and then that's when you start to get bored of them or feel like your spark is dying, because you're not growing, you're not challenging each other as people. Like if you are a really smart person and you're only taking like really
remedial classes,
then you're not challenging yourself. And you're not gonna do better. You have to push yourself. You should want to push yourself within the relationship, because that's how it gets stronger. That's how you keep a relationship strong. You grow as people. You challenge each other. And you don't like challenge each other in like a toxic way. You don't like step to them. But
exactly.
Like you have to be able to be like, hey, what you said the other day or what you did the other day, like I didn't really appreciate that, and here's why. And that other person should be like, I'm sorry, this is why I did it. I hope you understand that. I'll never do it again. That wasn't my intention.
Exactly. Just a healthy way of communicating. And I feel like that answers all the
Everything goes back to communicating.
It really does.
Everything goes back to communicating.
It does.
Because if you can't communicate, you can't do anything.
Exactly. You're just stagnant. And if you're stagnant in a relationship, you should probably leave.
You should probably leave because you're not happy. And at the end of the day, you're dating someone because they make you happy.
Exactly. The heart of today's episode was communication.
Relationships are extremely complex, and it can be hard maintaining one throughout high school.
Thank you all for tuning in to our first episode. Come back for our next episode.
I'm Jada.
And I'm Kyla. And this is Certified Yappers.